The poet W.H. Auden once said in the middle of the 20th century that we were living in the age of anxiety. I wonder if in the 21st century, and particularly around these days, it would be more accurate to talk about an age of discontent. We want things to be better, quickly. We want things to be bigger, more efficient. We want things to be produced quicker and to last longer. We'd like them to be cheaper. We'd like things to be easier. And because of all of that, we live in a culture where rush and noise and productivity end up with people feeling that they are time poor. We're rich in things, but poor in soul. One of the great hymns of the Christian Church is Dear Lord and Father of Mankind. Let me give you the first verse. Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful mind. In purer lives your service find. In deeper reverence, praise. Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. If we live in a way that's foolish, what's actually happening is we're living in a way in which we don't flourish. And flourishing, human flourishing, is one of the great goals of any human community. So instead of foolishness, we need wisdom. We need to be reclothed in our rightful minds. And that means that when we start thinking properly about who we are, what kind of world we live in and what kind of world we're making, we then begin to think about other words like forgive our foolish ways, reclothe us in our rightful mind, in purer lives your service find. It's an interesting word, that word service. It's not the same as work or employment. You know, you go out to work to earn the money to buy you bread, to give you strength, to go out to work to earn the money to buy the bread, and so on. No, it's something more than that. Service is where what you do as a contribution to the human community in which you live. I once knew a remarkable man, Bill, lived into his late 80s. In his later life, his later working life, he was a gravedigger. And during one of the great freeze-ups, when it was almost impossible to dig holes, it happened also to coincide with a local authority strike, it was decided that it would be possible to open a grave for a child who had died. Bill told the story of how they worked away with spades and picks until he said they produced, now wait for this, they produced after hours of work a beautiful hole. Now what Bill meant was they did, for love of the bereaved family, their very best to provide the best of their work. In purer lives thy service find, in deeper reverence, praise. Reverence is an old-fashioned word, but it's an important word. It means respect, but it means more than respect. It means also to care for, to take responsibility for, to treat something as holy. And that means reverence is about respect for self, for others, and for God. And one of the ways we respect God, who is the Creator, is the care for our environment. One of our favourite pastimes just now, during these lockdown weeks and months, is to go out walking. And near us there's a wood. And it's a beautiful walk. It's the most lovely forest. And as you walk along, you see so many attractive, mind-enhancing, lovely things. Until coming along one of the paths, you notice somebody's dropped a dolmio lid. Now, who needs dolmio sauce in a forest? To revere the one who is the Creator is to care for what God has made. That means to respect God's masterpiece. So what we do with the world around us is not about ownership or exploitation. It's about stewardship and care. And when we have deeper reverence, that will bring us praise. Now, praise is the opposite of being grumpy. It's not about moaning and it's not about complaint. It's having a disposition about life in which praise overlaps with gratitude, a kind of chain reaction of known blessings in our lives. And that's what that hymn was about. Forgive our foolish ways, forgiveness. Reclothe us in our rightful minds, wisdom. In purer lives your service find, in deeper reverence for the sheer gift from God of life and of love and of purpose. So that one verse can become a prayer. Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful minds. In purer lives thy service find, in deeper reverence praise. Thank you.